Oh, it's that time again. Fearless Friday Underground. Jay Burr, Laney Beavers like you. Here like we always are. We're getting into things here, man. We're getting down to semifinals, quarterfinals. We're about to put bows on this thing.
Yep, certainly are.
Man, let's dive right into things here because we had a lot to talk about here in this 7A classification. Throw the brackets up there for me, guys. We got some doozies here. Actually, let's get to our picks first. Good call there, guys. There you go. I am leading the way here. 79-15. There you see Laney bringing up the rear. And then Rance, poor Rance.
Boy. I'm not bringing up the rear. Rance, who has no business making any picks.
Oh, boy.
Is in third. I tell you.
Rance is our audio guy.
Got bludgeoned last week. It was brutal for me. There was a lot of games I wasn't expecting to see.
No, but
I got to hand it to you.
Yeah.
After 12 years, I think you might finally have me.
After one, yeah.
So I will concede.
We're like 10 out of 12.
After this year, I'll be 11-1 against you.
No, we still got a few games here. We might go some different ways here. I might take a chance or two.
It's going to be difficult. It'll be difficult for me to get you now because you're going to follow my lead. I know how this goes.
I'll take the lead on some of these picks. How about that? We'll work it out like that.
All right, we'll see how it goes.
May not matter anyways. All right, now let's get into things. Yeah, poor Rance. Gosh.
He just doesn't have any. He has no business picking games.
Yeah, sorry about you, buddy. Here. So there you go. Let's look at the top half here of the 7A. You've got North Little Rock taking on Bentonville West this past week. North Little Rock, they struggled against Southside. Go ahead and throw that game up there for me, fellas. But, man, I was genuinely concerned there for a minute.
No, there's no reason to be concerned. They were just coming off a bye week. We talk about the byes all the time.
Yeah.
You get a little bit rusty. You know, you're playing so well, got a little bit rusty. And but they came back. Give the Mavericks a lot of credit, though, for playing as well as they did.
Yeah, this one actually kind of came down to the wire. I mean, maybe not like last-second heroics, but I think within the last few minutes of this game, it was tight. It was
North
tight.
Little Rock, the defending 7A state champion.
Yep.
Looks like they're going to do it again. We're going to have the first time in maybe 15, 16 years that we're going to have an all-Central Arkansas final. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there.
How about that?
That's what it's going to look like.
Well, they've got to get through Bentonville West beforehand.
They'll win that one.
I don't know. I think it'll be closer than what maybe people will think there. Bentonville West took on Conway this past week. They were playing host, and Conway,
that's some
quite a formidable foe.
That was some interesting uniforms North Little Rock was using. It looks like their pants were dirty.
Yeah.
They kind of had a brown.
Yeah, considering they had the turf field.
Yep.
In this one, I forget kind of how this one went down. I want to say West kind of handled business fairly, 31-17. So a comfortable game for West.
Conway's an interesting team. You think they're coming, they're right there every time, and then they just can't get over the hump. I thought they had played West a better game. I did have West in that game, I believe.
Yeah.
But I thought Conway might have put a little bit more
of a fight up.
More of a fight up.
Yeah.
But, hey, congratulations, Wolverines. Season's over, though, Friday night. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's going to be a big-time game right there. That is for sure. But West is rolling. They're playing well. Only loss really since the third week of the season was that Bentonville game, and that was rival game. So there's a lot involved with that.
I just like North Little Rock in this game too well. I don't think that Bentonville West. I think they'll put up a fight, but I just think the Charging Wildcats are en route to their second straight 7A West championship.
Even after a 48-45, like I said, kind of a nail biter there for North Little Rock. You still feeling pretty good about them?
But, I think North Little Rock's got this one, and I think they'll beat Bryant the following week also.
Oh, well, he already jumps ahead there, but let's take a look at the bottom half here.
That's the way I do things.
Hey, that's
the way I like to do it.
No foreshadowing with you.
No, it's just right out there.
There you see it. Bryant will be hosting Fort Smith Northside.
Yeah, this game surprised me.
That's a huge upset.
Northside, boy, they were playing well first of the year. Then they start taking it on the chin.
Had some hiccups, yeah.
Big win over Bentonville. I don't think anybody saw that, maybe except for the Grizzlies. But I think Bryant's too powerful. I think Bryant will knock off Northside. And like I said, I think it's going to be an all-Central Arkansas final between North Little Rock and Bryant.
That is potential here. Talking about Northside, throw that game up there for me, guys, because, I mean, this one, I'm still stunned at it. I mean, on the road.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of games that stunned me.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. This was one of them here. I just don't really think a whole lot of people picked Northside in this football game, but they did it.
Well, and they won comfortably on top of that. I mean, 30-17. I mean, that's a 2-touchdown win
It's
over
good-
Bentonville, who won the West.
I know it. And
Man.
when Bentonville knocked off Bentonville West, I thought, okay, Bentonville's back now.
Yeah,
At
that's what I
least-
thought.
at
I
least
thought you could maybe pencil them into the
but
finals here.
No, Northside got them, but it's
Ooh.
over. But it's over for Northside. I just don't see them putting. I'll be honest, I don't think they're going to put up much of a fight against Bryant. I think Bryant's that good.
Now, Bryant, a team, you mentioned it earlier, one of these teams we always see coming off the bye, is it going to be a little rusty? And, for Bryant, hosting Fayetteville.
That was a tough game for Bryant.
Yeah, that one.
Fayetteville's been a nemesis for them for a long time. They got them early in the season. This has been a fun game to watch right here.
Oh, it was. A 3-point win.
Yeah.
So, again, it came down to the end.
And it was just back and forth late in the football game. I was watching on the scoreboard,
Yeah.
on the Fearless Friday scoreboard. I was watching the scores back and forth. And I think it was 28-25 was the final as
Yep.
Bryant comes back. They gave up the lead, I believe, and then they were able to knock off
Yeah.
their nemesis, the Fayetteville Bulldogs. And I just don't think Heffley, the quarterback for Bryant, I just don't think they're going to have much trouble with North Little Rock.
Northside.
With
Woo,
Northside.
I was about to say, goodness
And then I think
gracious.
they'll have a lot of trouble with North Little Rock at War Memorial.
That should be interesting, but really, like I said, two completely different circumstances. You kind of got, between North Little Rock and Bryant here anyways. Bryant coming off the bye, but against a much stronger opponent in Fayetteville.
Right.
I don't want to say it yet, but you get the wagon warmed up. Bryant, they're playing well. Not
Like
that
I
North Little
said,
Rock hasn't.
There had been
We're getting ahead of ourselves here,
Well,
but
there hadn't been any big surprise. It's North Little Rock Bryant in the finals, and we'll talk about that next week.
ooh boy, that's got potential to be a doozy right there.
Yep. I don't think there's. I'm 90% certain that's what it's going to be. North Little Rock and Bryant in the finals.
Well, we did see Northside knock off Bentonville. Hey, you never know what's going to happen, but I'm with you. I like the All Central matchup, which,
Yeah, and then
man, what a changing of the guard there.
Yeah, absolutely.
How about that?
Yeah. West has been a little bit down. North Little Rock Bryant's been strong, but
Yeah.
unfortunately for Bryant, North Little Rock's in the same. They're playing also. North Little Rock's
Yep.
a very good team. I think North Little Rock's going to get a repeat, and that's just the way it looks. And I've said this since early on. I thought Bryant was probably the number 2 team in the 7A, and I still think.
Here we go. We'll see. We'll see what transpires here. All right, let's get into the 6A classification here because we got another big-time upset in here right off the top here. Greenwood knocking off Siloam Springs, no big deal there. But how about them Bears?
I don't think.
How about them?
I don't think anybody saw that. Congratulations, Coach Withrow, but get the basketballs out. You might as well get them out at halftime of this game because Greenwood's going to be able to name the score just like they did over Searcy the previous week. And, man, Greenwood's just way too strong, and they're going to get past Sylvan Hills.
Unfortunately, I'm kind of with you there. I know, Jimmy, I texted you after the game. You said you made me look foolish because I picked against you.
Hey, Withrow's
But I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
He's done a good job here in the playoff run. He's done an excellent job. He's won some huge games, but Greenwood.
And what's really funny about a lot of people out there, and guys, you go ahead and throw up that Sylvan Hills Marion game, was, he just struggled for whatever reason in the playoffs. Just kind of, some of it was just some bad luck, but
I remember
this is probably not the team that a lot of people would have picked to get that first playoff victory, and not only one, but two, and both of them on the road.
Yeah, he did. He had some real bad luck. I think they lost by 2 in one playoff game.
Yeah, Newport a few years ago,
and then very good team. But man, I just don't think anybody really believes Sylvan Hills is going to go to Marion and win this football game. Marion's a very good football team. Coach Withrow's got it going. He's doing a very good job. But they're not going to be playing Marion this week.
Not at all.
They're going to play Greenwood. Rick Jones, who's going to pick. He's going to go back to Little Rock. And man, when you look at a dynasty in 6A football, or you can even go back to 5A when Greenwood was there. It's a Greenwood Bulldogs, and Sylvan Hills has certainly not embarrassed himself whatsoever. But they're going to take it on chin Friday night. Greenwood's basketballs, I really think for Sylvan Hills can be rolled out at halftime. The game will already be over by then, and I like Greenwood big in this football game.
I like Greenwood as well. I think the one thing that Sylvan Hills could maybe hang their hat on, it's what they've kind of done here, the last little part of the season, is that defense. That defense has really played well. They've really held some teams in check. Offensively, they tend to struggle, but there against Marion, they come from behind. They were down 14-3 at half.
Greenwood's a very tough place to go to also. There's great fan support. They'll be right on top of you.
Yeah, the dog pound is the dog pound, man.
It's a very tough place to win. Not very many teams have been successful there, and I just like Greenwood big in this football game.
I'm unfortunately with you there on that one here. All right, let's head down to the bottom half here. West Memphis will be hosting Benton. This game is quite fascinating here. Benton, something's up with Benton. I mean, actually, really with both these teams. They've been a little bit of an enigma here towards the end of the season.
When you saw the first game, when we had our very first show, we talked right then that West Memphis was a powerhouse. That's the way they look. They slumped late, but they still won.
Yeah.
And Benton had a tough game last week with Jonesboro. Congratulations for Coach Harris and the Benton Panthers. I'd seen Jonesboro previously the week before, and I knew Jonesboro's a pretty salty team there. And this was an interesting game here that went back and forth also. There's Cross Jumper, the quarterback right there for Jonesboro as he throws a pick to Benton. But Jonesboro is not a bad football team. So
they're not.
That was a very good game right there for both teams, and I think Benton.
Now Benton actually had to come back in this game, which is a little mind-boggling in and of itself. And then, like you said, it's kind of back and forth. Benton, I think, scored late in this one. I don't remember exactly when they went about scoring, but a one-point win.
Yeah, I think it was very late in the football game.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a good matchup as Benton goes to West Memphis. But I'm going to go with the Blue Devils in this football game. They got a lot of size. They got so much speed. And I think they can control the time of possession. And I just like West Memphis in this football game.
Yeah, and man, that's a toss-up right there. I think the real key in this one, and you kind of mentioned it there, will be that Benton defense against that West Memphis offense. If they can get them off the field.
I just don't think they can. The linemen of West Memphis are so big, and I just don't think Benton's going to be able to stop that rushing attack that West Memphis has.
And I think, too, if Benton can jump out early, because we know West Memphis is kind of a run-heavy team. Now, they can throw, but they like to run. I think that could kind of throw some monkeys in a.
Right. The times I've seen Benton, they don't strike real fast. It seems like the few games I've seen Benton play, but
they've got that capability though.
They have, but so does West Memphis. West Memphis, if it's the West Memphis early in the season, West Memphis should win this game handily. If not, it'll be a very good football game.
All right, I'm going to go with the road team there. I'm
going to go with
I'm going to go with
Benton
Benton.
Panthers. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see, but that one's going to be interesting to watch, and I'll definitely have the old Fearless Friday app out for that one. All right, we've got one more semifinal to get to here in the 5A, and then we've got a bunch of quarterfinals here in the 4, so make sure you guys stick around here with us. We're going to take a little breather here, get into this, because this 5A classification, man, you talk about basketball season, there's going to be some basketball scores put up in the 5A next week. We'll tell you what we're talking about here. Stick around with us. Fearless Friday Underground.
Wendy's 4 for $4 just got better because now there's more variety with 8 sandwiches to choose from. So choose a 4 for $4 with a double stack, a crispy chicken sandwich, or any of these others, plus nuggets, fries, and a drink, all for just $4. So try all 8 and pick your favorite, only at Wendy's. Right now, all fries at Wendy's are just $1. That's a huge deal on any size of Wendy's natural cut sea salted goodness. But a deal this good won't last long. So get your dollar fries at Wendy's before they're gone. Wendy's 4 for $4 is now better than ever because it's the deal with more variety than ever. With 8 different sandwiches to choose from, plus nuggets, fries, and a drink. So choose a double stack, or the crispy chicken sandwich, or a grilled chicken go-wrap, or the junior bacon cheeseburger, or any of these others. Whatever you choose, you still get this much food, all for just $4. So try all 8 and pick your favorite, and taste what makes the new 4 for $4 deliciously different. Only at Wendy's.
Fearless Friday Underground, back in it here. All right, let's get into this 5A semifinal here. These games right here are going to be something else. Boy, let me tell you what here. All right, Morrilton and Little Rock Christian. How about that one? Woo!
Well, when we saw Morrilton's quarterback, and for life of me, I don't know why I can never remember his name. I'm so sorry.
That's been one of the things that just tripped you up all year.
It has, and I got his name wrong. And even worse, I said his name wrong last week.
Oh, no.
Still don't. But they were the top team right there with
yeah, they were the upper echelon, yeah.
And he got hurt, but he came back, and they're on a roll. They got a big win last week. Very big game right here. So this game is at Morrilton here for Little Rock. But, first off, what about that win last week for Little Rock Christian?
Man, how about it?
I did not see that.
Not at all. And not just a win, but
just a big
I mean, they put it on.
They did. I didn't think anybody could beat. I thought Texarkana would be in Little Rock easily.
Yeah.
But, wow. Little Rock Christian did it. I mean,
Told you, man, that offense, they can
are
score.
An explosive offense.
And defensively, they showed up.
Yeah, there's a nice.
And they got blasted right there, but
punt block right there by the Razorbacks. But
I mean,
Christian just had maybe one of the biggest wins of the state. I just don't. I know the Warrior fans thought they had this game, but man, I just didn't see it. I thought Texarkana was.
Yeah, I thought
so
the
good.
size and the fact that Christian had struggled a lot on defense this year. I know that was one of the things they wanted to talk about coming in.
I just didn't think they would be able to stop Texarkana. I thought Texarkana could stop Christian. It didn't happen. But Morrilton's playing very good. This is a toss-up game right here, Morrilton, Little Rock, Christian.
It really is.
But I just think Christians can score too many points, and I like the Warriors in this football game.
I would agree with you, and for that exact reason.
But I think Morrilton is going to put up a fight.
They will definitely put up a fight.
Very good football
And
team.
again, games in Morrilton because they're both a 2 seed. So if you're the same seed, automatically goes to the top bracket of who's hosting. So just a kind of a clarification there. But yeah, that one is going to be mighty fascinating here, especially as you said, with Morrilton getting all their players back. Kind of had a couple of weeks to gel. They've looked good. We all picked them to beat Blytheville.
Yep.
So not a big surprise there. But this one right here, this one has the potential to be a nice little shootout.
Yeah, I just think Christian could score too much, and that's why I'm going to go with the Warriors right there in this football game.
I'm with you there here. All right, let's take a look at this bottom half because this is the one that I myself have been waiting for. I was hoping this would be the matchup. I got it here. Pulaski Academy hosting Harrison. Woo!
I said that Harrison and Texarkana are two teams that could give PA fits because of the size, the line size, offense and defense. I still feel that way, but like I was talking about, Little Rock Christian, Pulaski Academy can score so many points.
They can put up points.
They shut down McClellan, which was a very good football team also. I just like PA in this football game because, once again, you can't spell pass without PA, and Harrison's going to see a lot of that, plus the onside kicks that PA got last week at a crucial time against McClellan. And also, they can run the football. A lot of people forget that Pulaski Academy can run the football this season. Yeah,
and they've got an all right little defense, too. And I know that kind of gets overshadowed by just all the points, and they tend to fling it around at times. You kind of forget about those two aspects of Pulaski Academy. And really, I think a lot of people were a little surprised, not necessarily the outcome of this game, but I think the result. And, I mean, PA just hammered McClellan. And McClellan had the formula, and we talked about it last week, how they always make it tough for them. They tend to rough up Pulaski Academy, and not this year.
No, I like PA in this football game also.
I'm going to go with Harrison just because I think, like you've said, most of the year, if there's a team that can give them fits, this will be one of them. They're built very similar. I think, like you said, I think they're a little bigger, but we'll have to see kind of how that size plays into things. If they can clog those running lanes, make them a little one-dimensional, even if not that it doesn't matter if you make Pulaski a pass-only team, they can still make things work. I think the onside kicks will be something to look out for. If they can handle those,
if they can't,
I think Harrison.
If Harrison can't handle the onside kicks, they could be out of this football game.
Like that. We've seen Pulaski Academy.
That's the thing about PA. It's the unexpected. You don't know what's going to happen.
You expect that, though.
So what they're going to have to do, they're going to have to try to stop their defense, stop their offense, and they're going to have to spend time on the onside kicks. It's going to take a lot of time this week. Pulaski Academy, very tough to beat at Rector Field.
They are.
And this is a very good football team. Kevin Kelly, one of the best coaches in the state. I just think PA wins this football game.
It'll be interesting to watch this one nonetheless. And I think, too, also, Harrison, they hadn't been here. This is kind of new territory for them. Whereas Pulaski Academy, I mean, heck, they're going for five in a row.
5 in a row.
So I think, too, that could be a little bit something to look out for. But I think, too, kind of in retrospect with PA, a lot of pressure on them. You got to keep winning. You don't want to be that class that messes it up.
There's no pressure on PA.
There's a little bit. I know internally.
They're used to pressure. They won't have any pressure.
Well, we'll see. They haven't had much here lately, so that one will be fun to watch.
They haven't lost a game to an Arkansas team, I think, 6 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time for them.
And Morrilton, I believe, was the last team to beat them.
We'll have to check that one.
In Arkansas.
Yeah, we'll have to check that. Somebody fact check him here. I'm not saying he's wrong because I really have no idea who the last team. But that sounds right. That sounds right.
It was a year that I'll tell you this much. It was the year Morrilton won the state championship. Is the last Arkansas team to beat Pulaski Academy, because that was
that in a final or was that a semifinal?
No, it was a semifinal.
Okay,
it was at Rector Field, and that's exactly how Morrilton was able to beat PA. Is the line play.
So there you go. We'll see how that one plays out here. All right, let's get into the 4A here. Got some third round action here for you. We'll start up here, quad 1, and then we'll kind of work our way through this, and we'll talk about a couple of teams here that we've really got to talk about. And full disclosure here, it's a lot about the 4A7. So just, kind of roll with me here.
I'm gonna just
there you go. You got Ozark hosting Robinson.
I don't think it matters. Robinson's just so strong. Robinson's probably the favorite right now in the just having a great season right now. They did have the one loss. They had the loss to Bauxite.
Yeah.
But other than that, they've just been on a roll all season long, and I really like Robinson in this football game.
I'm right there with you here. All right, let's move down to quad 2. This one's real interesting. You've got Rivercrest and Dumas in this one. That one's going to be a kind of a dogfight, I think.
It will be, but I just like the Colts in this football game. I think it is at Rivercrest. That's a pretty good little bus ride there.
Yeah.
But I just think Rivercrest is just too strong. I've liked them all year.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to win this football game.
I'm with you on that. I think just maybe a little too much firepower for the Bobcats there to handle. All right, here's another interesting one there. Going up to quad 3 here, top right side here, Stuttgart and Arkadelphia. And I'll give you your props here. You nailed that Arkadelphia one. I just really thought Warren had some firepower, but they stubbed their toe at the end of the season, and it carried over.
It certainly has.
Here we are.
Arkadelphia just on fire right now. I think they stay on fire and knock off Stuttgart. I just have liked Eldridge team for a long time.
Yeah.
Started out 0
0-5.
And 5. We talk about this every year. Don't let the non-conference fool you. But Arkadelphia is a prime example. It's also a defending state champion.
Yeah, we always mention that.
That's tough too.
Yeah.
And man, they're on fire. They lost 5 straight and hadn't lost since.
Incredible. And then the last
football team.
Oh, I'm telling you, they are well coached. And
did you say something about the 4A7 earlier? Very strong.
Very 4A7. We'll talk about that here in just a second here. Now we've got Shiloh Christian playing host to the Nashville Scrappers, who scrapped one out there against Bauxite. Actually, they just kind of put it on.
Yeah, they
Bauxite
did.
there.
Bauxite just ran out of steam. Shiloh's very good football team. Adam DePriest up there, former coach at the Pulaski Academy. I like the Saints in this game. It's very long, probably the longest bus ride of the night.
Boy, that's a haul.
And Shiloh Christian's a very good football team also.
Yeah.
I think Shiloh will win this football game.
That one's the one I think you really got to watch there, because, again, you kind of have Shiloh. They're kind of back to some of their high-flying ways than what they were about a decade ago in Nashville. I mean, just there's a lot of aura there, yeah. But they've been a little kind of up and down a lot this year. I know they've won some, but it hasn't always been easy for them. But they always find a way.
It's not going to be easy for them Friday night either, because Shiloh will win this football game.
All right, let's kind of revisit some of these here. I want to talk about some last week along with this here. Let's go Arkadelphia Warren, because that one was, and there you see it, Warren got a lot of history there.
It was exactly the way I said it would be.
Yeah,
I said Arkadelphia because you could see what had happened. When Warren lost Burks, they lost a lot of their firepower. They lost their linebacker also.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about one of the MVPs of the state, that guy was it. Because like you said, that whole team just changed. And they even had a couple of weeks to kind of get adjusted to life without him, and they just really never could recapture.
And the other thing was Arkadelphia's on fire.
Oh boy, they are.
Since they started out 0-5, they knocked. Keep in mind, Arkadelphia is a team that knocked off Bauxite after Bauxite the previous week and knocked off Robinson.
Yeah.
So Arkadelphia.
That should have told you everything you need to know right there.
Arkadelphia's been on the road. Plus, they had no fear of Warren because they defeated Warren last year in the state championship. So. Right now, I cannot go against Arkadelphia. They are that good at football.
And again, they play in that 4A7.
Yeah.
So
they're battle tested.
Yeah, they're battle tested. They play teams, to Warren's stature all the time. And really, I'm surprised that they just
what a great fake
flat
right there.
Blew them out. To be completely honest, but
the other thing about Arkadelphia is they've got the speed. Warren's got the speed.
Yeah.
Arkadelphia can match that speed.
Yeah.
Just a fantastic football team.
Yeah, that was good stuff right there.
I really like Arkadelphia in this football game also.
All right, I'm right there with you in here. The other one, we talked about Nashville, Shiloh Christian. Nashville, like we said, knocked off Bauxite this past week. Let me see what the score was on that one.
It was a pretty good victory for Nashville. It was down there.
41-18. Now that one,
it was down there at Nashville. I believe Nashville also knocked off Bauxite in the regular season too. I'm pretty sure that was the
overtime last week of the season. So these two just familiar with each other.
But and that's the thing right there. Nashville just had too much athletes, and they'd seen Bauxite before, so they got to scout them a little bit.
Just a couple of weeks ago even, yeah.
So when you know a team that well and you just got through playing them, boy, it's tough to come back. And
I was
win
actually,
for Nashville.
yeah, considering that first one went overtime, and it was 20-14 in that one, so a lower scoring affair here. I was again surprised that Nashville just kind of handled them the way that they did.
Yeah.
Granted, I know they were at home, so it changes the environment up a little bit in your favor. But man, I'm not surprised, but I'm a little surprised at the actual result itself, the 41-18.
Bauxite had a great season.
Sure did.
Once they knocked off Robinson, though,
it just seemed
kind of caught up to them. It was, and once again, it's at 4A7. It's such a tough conference, and they're new to it. I think Bauxite, this will make Bauxite better in the future.
Oh, yeah.
The coaching staff's still there because they're going to be used to it. But you just don't win one week. You got to keep playing the following week and the following week, and that's what the 4A7 does for you. That's why Arkadelphia goes down to Warren because of the competition. And that's where we're at right now.
Absolutely here. And then Robinson, see, they've got 3 out of the 8 spots in here, so we got to talk about them. And Robinson
being Little Rock, there's no doubt about it. Very good team. Very explosive football team.
Absolutely. And so
they played a good game against Springdale the first of the year. They just didn't have the depth against a 7A school.
But gave them a fight.
But they did. It was a monsoon where they lost the game to Bauxite.
Yeah,
they still had a shot, but I don't see a whole lot. I mean, man, Robinson, they're the front runner right now. I'll tell you right now.
I'd agree with you there.
They are the front runner in the 4A right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is a race, if this is a horse race, I put my
They're
money
the
on
favorite,
they are the favorite. I'd put my money on this horse to win.
And really for Robinson, I mean, it just seems like they've been building for this for the past couple of years because, I mean, we've seen this coming. They've had some really good teams. They've had a lot of talent, a lot of speed, a lot of size. Yeah. And they're finally putting it together, it looks like. It feels like it to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit of a Central Arkansas homer here.
Arkadelphia looks very strong.
Ooh, could you imagine that game?
Mean, they look somebody's going to have to beat Arkadelphia.
They got to.
Because I'll probably pick them all the way through right now.
Oh, man, I'm telling you.
What a great 4A. I mean, it's so competitive. It's at 4A7. I mean, it's the SEC of high school football.
It really is.
4A7.
That's one of the toughest conferences in the state.
Yep.
All right, so that is the 5 and the 4. We've got the 3 and the 2, and ooh, boy, there were some upsets down here. Let me tell you. So
I didn't do too well on the 2A last week.
That 2A snuck up on you there. So we will go kind of visit all of those going on because we have a lot of games from the 2A.
Yep.
So we got to talk about them because we don't usually see a lot of 2A on this show. But we got plenty of 2A coming up for you here. We also got a lot of 3A to get to as well. It's Fearless Friday going on. Jay Beers, Laney Beavers. Stay with us.
Wendy's 4 for 4 just got better because now there's more variety with 8 sandwiches to choose from. So choose a 4 for 4 with a double stack, a crispy chicken sandwich, or any of these others, plus nuggets, fries, and a drink, all for just $4. So try all 8 and pick your favorite, only at Wendy's. Right now, all fries at Wendy's are just $1. That's a huge deal on any size of Wendy's natural cut sea salted goodness. But a deal this good won't last long. So get your dollar fries at Wendy's before they're gone. Wendy's 4 for 4 is now better than ever because it's the deal with more variety than ever. With 8 different sandwiches to choose from, plus nuggets, fries, and a drink. So choose a double stack, or the crispy chicken sandwich, or a grilled chicken go-wrap, or the junior bacon cheeseburger, or any of these others. Whatever you choose, you still get this much food, all for just $4. So try all 8 and pick your favorite, and taste what makes the new 4 for 4 deliciously different. Only at Wendy's.
All right, back in the underground here. Again, Jay Bird, Laney Beavers, like we always are. Let's get right into the 3A because we got a lot to get to here. We'll start up there, quad 1. We've got Smackover and Osceola. It's kind of how we saw things going.
Yep.
Buckaroos and the Knolls.
Really this is a good matchup right here.
Really is.
Basketball season for Seminoles. Smackover wins this one.
Man, I'm trying to pick against you a little bit here, but I keep agreeing with you.
I think Smackover's in Little Rock, too. Very good football team.
All right.
When they went down to Prescott and won at Prescott, that told me all I needed to know right there.
That was really a wake-up call for, I think, a lot of people that, whoa, maybe these guys are for real.
They are for real. Very good football team.
Absolutely, and that's a team we'll come back to in just a second here. Quad 2 looking like this, Rison and Lamar. Rison will be hosting Lamar.
Lamar's a good football team. They've had a good season.
They're having a heck of a year.
But it's over for them. Rising's just too strong, I believe, and I think Rising wins this football game.
Now, this is actually a bit of a fun matchup for our sister station up in Northwest Arkansas at KNWA. Marty Houston, he's one of our traffic guys up there, kind of slots the shows and all the commercial breaks and everything.
His son plays for Lamar.
Yeah, he plays for Lamar, going up against the alum and Chris Fry.
Yep.
So that's a fun little matchup. I'm gonna be seeing all the smack talk between those two. If you get
I'll
on,
have to talk to Marty about that. And
Yeah.
hey, Marty, I'm sorry, but your son's going to start playing basketball
Oh.
Saturday morning. Yeah, Rising's going to win this football game.
the fighting Chris Fries will live to fight on another week.
I think Rising's just too strong a football team.
I'm actually going to agree with you there, and we'll break them down here a little more in just a second here. I want to move to the other side here because, man, this one kind of hit me in the feels a little bit here in Quad 3 because, again, I am an unashamed Glen Rose Beavers fan. Camden, though, big ups Camden. Boy, you came in there and you got them. Now, again, they were coming off that bye. So that is a thing. You guys just think we're talking about that stuff all crazy. We saw it last week.
Happens every year.
Every year we see a team that should not lose. They end up losing. Glen Rose is that team this year. Camden Harmony Grove, congrats, you have to take on Boonville now.
Congratulations, Harmony Grove, but it's over. Boonville wins the next round.
Yeah, kind of right there with you. We'll talk about Harmony Grove here a little more in just a second. And then, how about this one? Now we kind of flip-flopped on this one because I obviously picked Clinton against Prescott.
I picked Prescott.
Yeah, and you picked Prescott,
Yep.
but then you picked Newport, whereas I picked McGee. So let's talk about some Prescott here. We'll just jump right into it.
Curley was very strong.
Boy, they're good.
I knew they had to go on the road, but just a very strong team. And I like Prescott from the get-go in this football game going in. And once again, they proved me right. And what a great football game.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Now, I really thought Clinton would put up a little bit more of a fight.
If you look at the size, you can look at the size right here. And Prescott's just got the size. And they got great speed, and they've got good size, and that's what.
And they can do that right there.
That's really what it boiled down to right there.
Yeah, they are some big dudes, and I thought Clinton, with a lot of their speed, could counteract that a little bit more than what they did. But obviously, they did not.
Nope.
Whatsoever. I believe it was 45-27 somewhere. Yeah, 45-27.
Not a big surprise. That's a game right there where it's unfortunate for Clinton that Prescott had to go on the road. And the reason they had to go on the road is because I lost a Smackover and they lost that conference. That's the reason why Prescott's traveling right now.
That was a heck of a matchup right there. And, you know, Prescott's rolling in this one. And they'll be taking on McGee in this one. So
I really thought Newport was going to win that football game. Congratulations, Owls. That one kind of surprised me, but it's over for the Owls. I like Prescott in this next game.
I'm with you. I think a little too much firepower. And obviously, you knock off a team like Clinton,
They got size and they got speed.
Big, man.
That's very tough to stop.
They are some big boys right there. Let's go back up to Camden Harmony Grove. I want to talk about, do they have any chance at all? I mean, that's
well, you always have a chance, except for Camden Harmony Grove, because Boonville.
Throw that one up there, guys.
I mean,
that Camden Harmony Grove and Glen Rose.
They're just too strong. Boonville's just a very good, strong team, and I just think they're going to win this game. This was an interesting right here is, you know, Glen Rose is tough to beat at home.
They are. That is a tough place to play.
It's a gorgeous stadium, and when you go, and when you're in the playoffs, and you go to an opponent's field and you beat them, and you're not a favorite like probably Prescott was at Clinton.
Right.
That's just a huge win right there, and hats off to them. But hey, you got to go to Boonville. I just think Boonville's going to win this next round.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, but honestly, a little stunned. But you kind of said, look at some of the side. I mean, Camden Harmony Grove's got some big dudes too. So
they do. Of course, Glen Rose has got one of the biggest upsets in all of high school championships.
That one, yeah.
They had a huge upset. So just from that, you never count out Glen Rose.
Oh, not at all.
For Camden Harmony Grove to go up there and get that win.
Absolutely.
Great game, great week, but I just don't think you got enough to knock off the Bearcats.
I'm with you there as well. And then getting back to Smackover up there in Quad 1, I mean, Osceola, excuse me, they're a tough team, but Smackover.
Well, once again, it's kind of like the 4A7 we talked previously. You got Smackover, Prescott banging heads every year.
Roll that Smackover, guys.
I just think Smackover's just too tough for them right now. Keep in mind, Smackover's in the championship not too long ago.
They were, and the Buckaroos, I feel like they're always a team that kind of gets forgotten about for some reason or another. I mean, I don't know how you forget about a team called the Buckaroos for starters. But, again, you've alluded to it since this game went down that they went to Prescott.
Yep.
Prescott, of all places, knocked them off. Granted, it was a nail-biter, but a win's a win.
A win's a win.
And
is a win.
this is a team, boy, they can match. They can go tit for tat with a team like Prescott.
But Smackover can run.
Yeah.
They can pass the football. They got good size. They got great speed, as you see
They
right
got some
there.
fast dudes.
Yeah, they're going to be tough to beat. I can see
A nice little rematch.
I can see. Well, no, you still got Boonville in there.
You still do have Boonville.
I mean, I can see one of three: Smackover, Prescott, or Boonville. Once again, that's your combine pick if you're going to go to the tote window.
Sure.
But that's the three schools I like right now in the 3A.
Rising in there, maybe.
No, that's the three I like.
Okay, all right.
That's the three I like right there.
All right, I kind of agree with you actually on that one.
Rising's a good football team, but if you're asking me the top
lot of tradition
three,
there
if
too,
you're
but
gonna,
yeah.
if you're going to place that combine bet,
All
that's
right.
the three I like.
All right, so there you go. All right, let's move on down here to 2A, because like I said, we got a lot to talk about there in the 2A here. Quad 1 looking like this. Let's go Foreman. Let's go Earl. Woo! Man. Now, you picked against your boys there in Earl, which I was actually kind of surprised.
Yeah,
But that's all right.
They look like a tough matchup for me, but I think it is going to be a tough matchup, and I'm going to go against them again and go with Foreman, because Foreman, defending state champion, we talk about it every year. It's tough to beat a champion, but it's tough to beat a champion that's a very good football team.
On top of that, yeah.
Yeah, so-
and that defense is nasty for the Gators.
The game is at Foreman, and I just like Foreman.
Well, that's a
in this
haul,
football.
too.
It
Golly,
is.
that's
It's
a drive.
haul.
Man, oh,
It's
man.
a haul.
All right, let's go down.
It's a crow flies, it's caddy corner, but it's going to be a lot of weaves and bobs getting there.
A lot of bob and weave. Mine ended up in Texas, too, just kind of the way the road kind of gets up in there. All right, let's go quad 2 here. This is a fascinating matchup to me, Junction City and Des Arc. Man.
Yes, it is.
That's interesting.
I mean, I knew Junction City would win this game, which they did. Des Arc got a great win over Mountain Pine. Mountain Pine had a great season. Congratulations, Des Arc. I like Junction City in this game, but this could go either way, I think. I don't think this is the Junction City of old.
It's not.
But this could go either way, but I will go with the Dragons.
I'd have to agree with you there, just on the fact that they're hosting. I think gives them a little bit of the tip of the scales. Des Arc, man, they're playing well right
very
now,
good.
and they play in a real tough conference down there in that 2A. As well, so could be a little bit of a deal breaker, but
This
man, Junction City.
It doesn't surprise me if Des Arc wins that football game.
Wouldn't surprise me either, but I just think Junction City just
I think they eke it
a little
out.
more than, I think it's going to be a nail biter.
Right.
That's a game that's going to go by quick, too. So if you're out and about and you just need something, you better get there, and you better get there fast.
Yeah.
Because both these teams like to run the ball.
Right.
All right, here's another one that's going to be fascinating to watch. Up there in Quad 3, Mount Ida, Conway Christian. Mount Ida will be going to Conway Christian, because Conway Christian is the 1 seed, Mount Ida the 3.
Mount Ida's had a good season, but I think this is Conway Christian's year.
you think?
I like Conway Christian in this football game.
Man, this is a
I just think they're the up-and-comer. I really do. When you watch Conway Christian, they just seem to be getting better and better. I thought they just seem to be the up-and-comer, and I just think they got too much firepower right now. Mount Ida's got low numbers, too.
They do have low numbers, but, man, they've got some ballers.
They do,
there
but
with those low numbers.
I think it's over for Mount Ida.
We'll come back to this game here in just a second here. I want to get to this last quad here where we got Hazen and Hampton. There is an awful lot of speed on this field. Woo!
Yeah, I think I missed this one, counting out Hampton too strong, but boy, this.
No, you missed both of these, unfortunately.
This is, I did. I didn't do too well in 2A. Going to go with the home team in Hazen right here. But
all right. If you're a Hornet, boy, you had a good week.
But wouldn't surprise me if Hampton wins. I mean, this is another one of those toss-up.
Yeah. Now let's kind of revisit some of these here. That Hazen-Gurdon game. Boy, we thought that was going to be a doozy.
I thought Gurdon would win that one.
Smashed them.
They smoked Gurdon. I
believe it was like something like 46-0. I'd have to double check, but
I thought
man.
Gurdon would win that football game, obviously, and I was obviously wrong. But congratulations, Hazen. But man, I don't know what happened to Gurdon, but maybe it was all Hazen. Great win for the Hornets.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, 46-0 in this one, and now Gurdon's a good team. Don't get me wrong here. So this is a huge win for the Hornets, but. A lot of freshmen, or not freshmen, but a lot of sophomores for Gurdon. This team is going to be a problem for you in the coming years. I think maybe the moment kind of got to him. Not sure.
Don't know.
Best I could imagine there. Now, granted, you're going against a really good team.
That's a great fake right there also by Hazen.
Yeah, a lot of misdirection there. And, again, Gurdon, this is a team that knocked off Mount Ida. So, I mean, they've got some talent there. But Hazen kind of hit them with a bum rush, and it's just something they couldn't recover from. So, like I said, that's what they do down there in that 2A. They knock around a little bit here. Going back to Mount Ida, I want to talk about them a little more against Conway Christian. I'm going to go with the Lions here. I'm with you, though. I think Conway Christian can pull this one off. Go ahead and throw up that Mount Ida Hector game there, guys. And again, Hector, one of these teams coming off a bye. But Mount Ida, that's, they've been that team for the past few years. And
well, they've been in the state championship the past 2 years, Mount Ida.
Yeah, won one, lost one.
Right, they lost last year to Foreman. But Mount Ida is a very good football team. There's no doubt about it. And I just think they're just going to run out of gas against Conway Christian, just an up-and-comer team. They just don't have the numbers, and I think it's going to catch up to them.
I don't know. They roll pretty deep, and it's something they've been doing all year, so it's not like it's something they're not accustomed to. But I think the passing element is going to be a problem for them. Because a lot of those guys in that defensive backfield are their offensive players too.
Well, when you get to 2A, you play both ways.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah, because you just don't have the numbers. And Conway Christian steals the ball, spreads the ball out too well.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a very fast field. I believe Conway, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think
they've got turf. I'm not sure.
I think they do.
But that's going to make a big difference. There were several games. I think there was 2 games I know of that they moved because of playing conditions.
Yeah, because I know Smackover was one of those, and then I forget.
Mountain Pine played at Fountain Lake last week.
That's what it was.
They went from a grass to a turf field, which makes a big difference.
Changes everything.
Because when you're playing against a passing team on a turf field, it's a faster game.
Oh, way faster. Plus, it's a lot easier to kind of grip into those things because, sometimes these fields, especially, you looked at Clinton there, sloppy. It gets sloppy, and that can kind of be the great equalizer a lot of times here. Let's talk about Conway Christian, though, just a smidge here. Knocked off Fordyce. Tough game, so they're battle-tested in this one.
Well, that's a grass field right there, so I guess that answered that question.
All right, so I guess we were wrong on that.
So that's a grass field, but
there we go.
When you throw the football the way you do, it makes all the difference in the world.
And I think that could be the difference, like I said earlier.
I think it will. When you've got great skill players in the 2A, it makes just such a huge difference. You've also got speed here. That's a good pass right there.
Yeah, and this could be one of those.
Well, it was an interception. A little short-armed it there.
Yeah, but this is one of these games where I think if it does go Conway Christian's way, it's going to be one of these deals where it's close at the half, and then that spread attack is just going to wear down the defensive secondary if they can get things rolling. Now, if they're going 3 and out, can't really put together drives, I think that bodes well for Mount Ida. Plus, they can play ball control because they like to run the ball, and they do it very well.
The thing that's in Mount Ida's benefit is they're used to this. This is not Conway Christian. You're talking about pressure a little bit. Well, you're getting a little bit closer now.
Yeah.
And the Mount Ida's been to Little Rock 2 years in a row, so that does come into play. They've got the experience where Conway Christian doesn't. Talent-wise, I think Conway Christian's better. Experience got to go to Mount Ida.
Absolutely.
If the game is tight, Mount Ida wins.
Yeah,
but
I'm with you.
But if Conway Christian can get a lead and get a pretty good lead, that's
if they can jump out quick.
That's how I think I'll go. But if it's tight, Mount Ida's going to win this football game.
Absolutely. Here, let's go back and talk about Foreman because this is a team where we don't get to see Foreman much. They're just way out there. Unfortunately for us.
Look at that line.
They're big.
They're huge.
That's
why Foreman's so good. That's why I like the Gators of Foreman. They do a very good job. That is a big offensive line for 2A.
And they're pretty quick.
And look at them still going
down. They go downfield.
Look at them still going downfield looking for blocks.
I love it. I love when the big man rumble.
79 still running down.
Still going.
I think he ran out of steam about the 35, but man, he was
figured he had it taken care of. But that is definitely going to be something that Foreman, if you play against them, that's something you're going to have to deal with. Those are some big fellas.
I don't know who in the world he was throwing the football to there.
But not sure there. But that's another thing too. They
look at. I don't know what was
a little off here. But they also have that capability. I know they like to run. Obviously, who wouldn't want to run behind those behemoths down there? But they do have that passing element. And that's something that.
Well, he didn't have it on that one play, though.
Not on that one, unfortunately. But that is. And defensively, this team is good. Now, mainly because they're huge and they get a lot of penetration against you. But
they're going to be a favorite.
Those are some big guys. And like I said, defensively.
That's right.
You got to deal with them. I think there was a point where they had 3 shutouts in a row during the season. If that tells you anything.
That is a huge offensive line.
They're big fellas, like I said.
Big boys.
Like I said, we don't get to see much of those guys. So when you actually see them, it's just we're so taken aback by oh my word.
Exactly.
Now it makes sense why they've been so good, because they have big dudes.
Yep.
Lastly, here let's talk about Des Arc again. Man, I really wanted to pick them in this game, but I think Junction City might be a little too much. But we mentioned conferences and all that stuff here. That 2A6 is where Des Arc comes from, so you've got to deal with Carlisle. Traditionally, they've been good. They were a little down this year. But Des Arc's there, Earl's there, Hazen's there as well. Mariana, not really the greatest of teams, but they had a better year than what they've had in years past. So, it kind of comes down to, we see this with some like 4A7, for example. 2A6 is kind of right there with them in terms of, that granted 2A is a lot different beast, but they're battle tested.
Yeah.
They've been in some ground wars. They'll hit you, and they hit in that 2A6. All those teams will lay some wood. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And plus, all those teams hate each other. So there's a good amount of being able to keep the emotions in check as well. So I guess going against Junction City, and this isn't the Junction City we've come to know and love.
I think that's a toss-up game right there, but I'm just going to stay with the Dragons. They played 3A football last year. You're talking about competition. So, I mean, they're used to the competition. They didn't make it to War Memorial, but I think they made it to the semifinals.
Yeah, I think they were semifinal
number one
team.
in 3A all year.
Yeah.
Last year until they got to the playoffs, they got knocked off. So that's one reason I'm going with Junction City.
All right. One thing they don't do, I don't think they throw the ball much.
No.
I think they like to ground and pound you out.
They run the football.
Like I said, both these teams like to run, so if you want to get there,
it'll be a quick game.
Get there early, and you might be here just in time to check out all the action on FearlessFriday.com. All right, so that is it. We've got our picks in. I'm winning, per the usual. So we'll see how things work out. Rance, man, you didn't do so hot this week. I might just kick you out of the whole thing here. But send me your picks there, buddy. And they're laughing back there.
We gotta get Rance here. He's anybody picks that poorly.
You gotta defend your honor.
Yeah, they gotta get some FaceTime. Too.
Absolutely, he did pick Christian though. I'll give him that. But that was a total homer Central Arkansas pick for him.
Yeah.
All right, remember get on FearlessFriday.com. Get it on your smartphone here. You got the smartphone app. There's the .com version. There you go. App Store, Google Play. Also like I said, the .com on your desktop if you still do that. Maybe you got your laptop up there in the stands. Fire it up, Fearless Friday. We're gonna have the scoreboard. It's gotten a lot more condensed than what it is, so a lot easier to keep up with. You don't have to refresh it every 15, 20 seconds because they take care of that for you.
Right. Which
is part of the beauty. And I know that I was doing that. I had to go to Starkville this past week, so all Friday, I was locked in. I was locked in, keeping up with things here. Programming note: we have no Fearless Friday show this week due to the college football on Fox, so we won't have anything on that, but we'll get you fully covered come Saturday.
It's right there on the website, though.
Yeah, it's right there.
You can keep up with everything right here on the website, fearlessfriday.com.
Yeah, so don't try to tune in and think, oh, I'm going to see the show here. Unfortunately, the big dogs, they overtook us here with some of the college football, but that's okay, too. If you still want to watch college football instead of the other guys, that's fine with us, too, because you've got Fearless Friday, and you can watch, Big Pac-12 after dark. All right. So that is it. We're going to have some state finals.
I do want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
And your
Yes,
family.
thank you. You too.
It's a great time. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there, and thank you for watching us.
Absolutely. Don't let the tryptophan trip you up. Get on out there on Friday. I know you got plenty of leftovers, so that's fine. Feel free to share it with Laney. After his Black Friday shopping, he's going to come out somewhere. We'll see where. You still taking requests?
If you're waiting to pick, I'm taking requests where you want me to attend, but if you're waiting for me to show up at a store, that's not going to happen. That's what the redhead does.
Oh, there you go. That's right. Let her take care of it.
Let
Absolutely.
Sherry take care of that.
All right. Well, again, enjoy the holiday fun, guys, and we will see you next week.